Today I'm going to be getting my haircut at Service Supply, a really cool barbershop located on Rose and 4th in Venice, California. I recently moved to the west side about a year and a half ago, and my friends recommended this place, and I haven't been going anywhere else. And today I'm going to show you what I do for my hair. Come on in.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Oh, well, did yourself?
I'm doing well.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you very much.
So, what are we doing today?
I think, yeah, the length on the top has been pretty cool, but I honestly just wanted to kind of hear your recommendations on what you think and what's hot in the streets nowadays.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the length of the top looks pretty good. Maybe just get rid of a little bit of the bulk from the back, make it a little bit lighter, a little bit easier to manage.
Okay.
While we kind of keeping up with like your kind of clean fade, a little bit of a taper, or
I guess, yeah, what is the difference between the taper and the fade?
good question. Honestly, they're the same. Like a taper fades and a fade tapers, right? Cause think about like when you beat up taper, like when it comes to like clothing or anything else, it just comes down, right? It goes from like wide to narrow. It's the same thing. We're going from short to length, basically, right? Typically, whenever like I think of a taper, it's like a temple down.
Yeah.
And then from the top of the occipital here down, and then we kind of leave this area a little bit fuller above the ear. A fade would be kind of all the way around. So, but either way, they both fade, they both taper because they're both going from short to long.
Okay.
Or from, like white, dark, basically.
Yeah. I think when you're like even thinking of like, how do you do it usually when like you blend it here? Like, what is it that you typically do? Like, what's the number or like the technique that you do?
Yeah, that's all just blending and fading either way. Yeah. So what I would say with you, I would typically go pretty tight, right?
Yeah.
Not quite skinned,
Yep.
but definitely brought down pretty short towards the bottom. Okay. So, I mean, I think if we kind of keep with that, it's going to help to, maintain an overall nice lean shape for you, which is indeed what we want.
Okay.
Hey, we don't want to wrap you out too much.
Yeah, exactly. I'm down to go one and see what you think. Yeah. Also, I trust you and see the things that you do and kind of just walking through that whole process of like your step-by-step thought process of how you choose when clients have recommendations or anything.
Yeah, there's not a huge difference between a 1.5 and a 1.
Okay.
Truly, we're talking like a 16th of an inch, right?
Yeah.
But it can be noticeable on some hair types or like density of different people. I personally kind of like the 1.5 tapered into the 1 because it creates a little bit more of a gradient, like gives you more depth to the haircut, allows me to kind of elongate some on some people, which is kind of what we want. Some just got a little bit of a rounder face. Like you're pretty lean, got a little bit of a diamond face, so go kind of either or with it with as far as your face shape goes. But I just like the way it creates like a depth in the haircut. I like that a little bit better.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that then.
Cool. Set you up.
Sweet.
How's everything with you?
Things have been good. Kind of think what's been going on. Still, yeah, I was working on the therapy practice, trying to get more clients for the other therapists on the team, how to hire more therapists. I think, yeah, since 10 of the fire has been going on, there's been a lot of more pro bono work. So actually have one of the therapists on the team for California that's open and taking some sessions for people that have been affected by the fires.
Yeah.
And then we did some donation stuff yesterday, donated to a place called One Voice in Santa Monica. What about you?
Oh man, I've just been keeping busy with this place. I got wife and kids, so that, keeps you going all the time. But yeah, I mean, similar. We did try to do a little bit of donating our time for some of the first responders. Last week, we set up at one of the fire camps.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. We had a good time. The guys seemed to be, enjoying us kind of being there with them and giving them some haircuts and whatnot.
Yeah.
So,
where was it at?
the Santa Monica base camp.
And then you guys went out there to set up and give them some haircuts?
Yeah, a buddy of mine who's got a barbershop in Santa Monica also set the whole thing up, and he kind of created a little coalition of barbers from the area and had us go over there and got the guys situated to give them some haircuts while they were on their 24-hour breaks.
Yeah.
Because they were like on for 24, off for 24.
That's insane. Yeah. How was like morale and energy at the camps?
You know, they seemed to be in really high spirits. But after talking to a few of them, like they were saying how like it was a pretty unique base camp for, you know, these types of deployments for them, because they were indoors and they had showers and they had like, you know, all kinds of like accommodations, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
So they said this was the most comfortable camp they'd ever done in the past.
I think it's been kind of, yeah, really cool to see just like how the community got together. I feel like there's even places where it was a spot in Venice called Boss, and we were trying to drop off donations there, but they weren't even accepting things.
Yeah, they were really busy. We were able to make a small run, and we took some like shampoos and conditioners and stuff like that to them from the shop.
Yeah.
Just because we knew somebody who was kind of running the program over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard a lot of those stories of just, you know, these places just, you know, obviously very appreciative, but they had so many volunteers and so much, you know, so many donations that they couldn't, you know, logistically really keep receiving more, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. How long have you been here?
We opened in 2015 originally, so we're coming up on 10 years of being in business.
Congrats.
Thank you. But yeah, we've been here on Rose Avenue for the last 8 of those 10.
Yeah. Wow. And then yeah, just seeing like how has things kind of evolved for the last 8 years.
I mean, obviously the neighborhood changes quite a bit, but we're like in our bubble in here, you know, like we see things happening and for the most part it's for the better, but it's nice when we can kind of, like I said, just build those connections. You know, I'm still getting, you know, texts and emails from people who I haven't seen in a couple years because they moved, you know, to London or to some other part of the country, and they still kind of hit us up and check in on us and, you know, buy our merch and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's really amazing that we're able to build that community and support with people, and, you know, have them invite us if we're ever in town, you know, to whatever it is they're doing. So yeah, man.
How long have the barbers been with you?
Oh, wow. You know what? I am fortunate enough, like my barber, Katie, she's been with me for like 9 out of the 10 years. She's awesome. She was, I think, the second person I hired. She's definitely stuck around.
Yeah.
And then another barber that I have here, Paul, I met him like 15 years ago. I used to cut his hair and we became friends. And just kind of over the course of that, you know, him kind of taking an interest in barbering, and which I think he had prior. You know, we kind of talked and you know, finally we got the opportunity. He went to barber school and we were able to work together. And I've been working with Paul now, I would say, for 7.5, maybe 8 years. Same thing with Aaron, who's been with me about as long as Paul. They went to barber school together, so they both came in around the same time.
And I think you were saying like the kind of the age range that people do come is about 28 and up. And I think even noticing something in my last couple of years, or last year, I would say, is like more shedding with hair. Of just getting older, feeling like my hairline is receding a little bit more. Typically, is there any tips that people can address it? Because I know there's the finasteride that people can use.
Yeah.
I forget what the other one starts with an M. Minoxidil?
I believe so. You're close.
But yeah, I think
the daffodil, minoxidil, one of those two.
It's like the hair growth.
So the one thing I tell anyone is, like, if you're worried about, you know, either recession or just natural thinning, which happens to us all, like, get ahead of it. And what that means is find out what vitamins that are natural that you can take, you know, what kind of supplements you can take that will kind of help keep what you have, because the majority of what's out there is preemptive. It's designed to help you keep the hair that you have, not necessarily regrow hair. Now, for some people, it does regrow their hair, which is amazing. but for a lot of people, it retains, right? You know, right now I would say like, yeah, dude, L10 is great. You know, it's great for hair, skin, and nails. Vitamin B12 is great. So any kind of like natural supplement that you can take that's good for your overall well-being, stay on top of it, will help, right? If you're noticing a little something, as far as shedding, that's natural.
No, they definitely just noticed that it's like more of a common question within my guy friend group of like, oh, what are you guys doing? Yeah, the Hims, people using Hims, like Costco brand of like the foam, minoxidil.
They work. Like I've seen people come in and it work.
Oh yeah,
Transplants have gotten so much better also.
Yeah.
Come in like, they got to tell me they got a chart squad. How are we feeling here so far?
Feeling good.
Yeah, so I just kind of debulked the back of the top here, really condensed it a little bit. I touched the front. It's getting such great volume kind of naturally right now, in it. You're a pretty routine guy with your haircut, like 3 to 5 weeks. So your hair grows maybe a ½ inch in that time.
Yeah.
So by the time you need your next haircut, maybe we can dial it back some, but
Yeah.
I think we're in a good spot. I'm digging the length on the sides. Like it's short, but it's not overdone. It's got a nice low gradient to it. But again, it's nothing that, you know, is going to be shocking no matter what doors you kind of step through.
Mm-hmm.
Good shape. A little bit of product will help, but it looks good without it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
What are you using these days, product-wise?
I'd say like a matte finish
Okay.
of some sorts.
Yeah, everybody wants matte these days. I hear you. It's funny. I would say 80% of our clients, we ask them if they want some product, they all say no.
Really?
At least 80% say no.
What's the type of products that you like and recommend?
Oh man, that's a good question. The thing is that most of these products are the same these days, right? Like honestly, you can only have so many pomades, you can only have, you know, so many powders. At the end of the day, majority of the formulas are the same. Some of them are obviously cleaner and better than others. So I try to look for cleaner products.
Yeah.
Meaning just the ingredients. For me personally, like the brands I'm working with are really important. A local brand from LA, someone that I know. I got another brand out of Mass that's kind of blowing up. Like, if I'll be honest, but you know, we've been with them from early stages, and they take care of us, we take care of them. Honestly, like so many, it's funny. I mean, the majority of my friendships I made through barbering, right? Like so many people who came in just for a haircut, and now I'm getting invited to their weddings or they're, you know, hanging out at my kid's first birthday party and stuff like that. But yeah, I've made like so many meaningful relationships out of people, you know. Cool, man. Anything else?
No, yeah, we'll kind of walk through. It looks really good. Like,
Yeah.
what did you end up doing?
I ended up going with that 1.5, like we said. I hit you with a very low, like half taper towards the bottom. I guess that is the thing with tapers. It can be kind of low, medium, or high. Just like a fade can be low, medium, or high. If we're talking about a high fade, we're talking about going all the way up and almost into the round of the head.
Yeah.
Some people really like that. Creates a lot of contrast, especially if you have some length up top. Mid for me has always kind of been like right kind of at about where the temple, the top of the temple would be kind of a mid fade, which that would be a high taper for me.
I guess the term would be, this would be a mid taper.
Yeah.
Mid
Yeah,
taper.
that's one way of describing it. I mean,
1.5.
I would say like, ideally, if someone came in and said, "Hey, can I get a 1.5 tapered to 2.5?"
Yeah.
Like that would be the ideal way of describing, you know, what this is, right? Like, hey, can you take a 1.5 and then taper the bottom down to a half?
Yeah.
This is exactly what that is, right?
Sweet.
I have people where they will only go to me, but they have a plan B just in case, right? And it's always in the shop. So it helps if you're able to go to your same barbershop and you got to sit in another chair to say, "Hell, Alex isn't here today, man. Can you hook me up? It's a 1.5 taper to a half."
How do they look? How do they find you? And what are your hours?
So for us, always the easiest thing is just our website, servicessupply.us. Wherever you find our phone number or address, there should be a link to our website. Booking is really easy. It does require, you know, some information, but it's like a 1-minute process. I mean, you've booked on our site, you see how quick it is.
What about your hours?
Our hours, we're usually here from 10 a.m. to about 7 p.m. That's Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday, we're here from 10 a.m. to about 5 p.m. So we do cut out a little bit early. closed on Sunday. You know, let my guys be able to watch the football game or whatever else it is they want to do. Dude, well, you're all set. Appreciate you as always. We'll see you in about 3 to 5 weeks.
3 to 5 weeks.
Roughly. You know, that's a good time frame to keep it fresh.
Yes.
You know, obviously it'll look good if you let it go longer.
Yes.
Cool.
I appreciate it.
Pleasure's always, Beth.
Thank you so much. Service Supply in Venice. Like and subscribe if you thought this video was helpful. And if you want to book an appointment, go on the websites Monday through Saturday.
That's right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it as always.
Take care.
Same.